morning, students. Our today's topic is superscalar processor. In superscalar processor, what exactly the term is? A superscalar processor is a CPU that implements a form of parallelism called instruction level parallelism within a single processor. It means we have done the topic that is parallelism, and we have also studied that parallelism can be done at the two levels. One is at the instruction level or data level parallelism, and the second one is functional. So under the data level parallelism we have done instruction level parallelism, and the processor is superscalar processor, which implements the concept of replication. Replication means the duplication of your you can say the execution unit or any unit which can be replicated. Now the next is what is superscalar. Here you can see that in pipelining processor there is only one in pipelining processor there is only one queue. In fetch we have one pipeline. At the time of decode we have two pipeline. At the time of execution we have two pipelines. So it means that we can execute the two instructions in the single cycle. So this is superscalar. In pipelining we can execute only one instruction in a single cycle, but in the superscalar pipeline we can execute two or more instructions simultaneously in the single pipeline, as you can see here. So why superscalar? Why we are adopting superscalar? Because we can perform more than one operation simultaneously at the same time. We can execute multiple independent instruction parallelly, but the problems are still there. We will study those problems, and we will also study how to resolve those problems. So this is the main organization of superscalar, which is very important. You have to draw this diagram. In this you can say, if we start from the fetching upward to downward, the first phase is fetch. The what is highlighted below the fetch, these are the buffers. One buffer is below the fetch, another buffer is below the decoding, and another buffer is below the dispatch. As we have studied that there are four things which we are doing in superscalar execution: instruction issue policy. One is copying with false data dependency. Second is coping with unresolved control dependency. And third one is use of shelving. And fourth one is use of handling of issue blockages. So keeping in mind all those four topics, we have to execute or we have to study this organization. Its first phase is fetch. After fetching, we have one buffer where we can fetch two or more instructions simultaneously, and we can buffer those instructions, or we can say we can pipeline those instructions into that buffer. After that, decode. After decoding the instructions will move into the dispatch buffer. Dispatch buffer means instructions are already decoded and ready to dispatch. In the dispatch unit, you can see the reservation stations. So what are these reservation stations? As we have studied in which term we have studied in the under the term shelving, we have studied that we have some reservation stations which are implemented before the execution unit. Why we have implemented these reservation stations? We have implemented these reservation stations so that we can shelve those instructions which are dependent, and due to which there will be some sort of problems because of the dependency of those instructions. So we save those instructions into the reservation station. After resolving those problems, the instruction will move into the execution unit, and reordering. Please pay attention. Reordering is done after the dispatching or at the time of execution. So this is the mode of, what is this? This is dynamic scheduling. We have done under instruction scheduling the two terms. One is static scheduling, another one is dynamic scheduling. So here we are doing actually dynamic scheduling, and after execution instruction will be completed and executed. So what is there written on our left side? That is in order, out of order, in order. What are these terms? These terms comes under the topic handling of issue blockages. We can handle the issue blockages by these two types, that in order issue blockage or out of order issue blockage. We will